Domain and range of quadratic functions. Okay, so for every quadratic function, no matter whether the quadratic is a standard form, vertex form, or a factored form, the domain is always a set of real numbers, right? Now, when we talk about the range of the quadratic, for every quadratic form, whether it is standard, vertex, or factored form, the vertex decides the range of that quadratic function. Okay, so keep it in mind that the range is always a set of real numbers, but the domain is always all real numbers, and the range is decided by the vertex, right? Now I'm going to elaborate each form separately. How do we figure out the vertex of standard form, vertex form, factored form, and how do we figure out their range, right? So now let me start with the standard form. Okay, so the standard form of the quadratic equation is y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of the quadratic equation, right? So keep it in mind that its domain is always all real numbers. The domain of that standard form is all real numbers. We are solving for the range. So for range, the vertex decides the range of the quadratic function, right? Okay, now how do we figure out the vertex from the standard form, right? To solve for the vertex, the first step is we need to find the vertex either by completing the square method or using the formula x is equals to minus b over 2a. You have to use this formula to get x coordinate of vertex. Okay, and then you have to substitute in equation to get y coordinate of vertex. All right. So to solve for the vertex from the standard form, you can use a completing square method. If it is lengthy, then you have to go to this formula, right? So use the formula x is equals to minus b by 2a to get the x coordinate of the vertex and substitute that x coordinate into your equation to get the y coordinate of the vertex, right? Now, after you have the vertex, the x and the y coordinate of the vertex, what you have to do? Let's say you have the vertex, some x coordinate and the y coordinate, right? After getting the x and the y coordinate of the vertex, you have to look at a, the coefficient of x square, right? If the coefficient of x square is positive, it means the parabola opens upward, the vertex is minimum, right? Let me write this down. Next step, if a is positive, so you can say parabola opens upward. What do I mean by parabola? Because we all know that the graph of the quadratic look like a parabola, right? When a is positive, opening of the parabola is upward, it means the vertex is minimum. This is a vertex point, right? Now, what is the range in this case when a is positive? So range always just deals with the y coordinate of the vertex. We need the x coordinate to figure out the y coordinate, but after that we are not using that x coordinate. We're just dealing with the y coordinate. So in this case, we can say the range is y is greater than equals to vertex, y coordinate of the vertex, right? When a is positive, we can say the range deals with the y values, right? So y is greater than equals to the y coordinate of the vertex, right? Okay, now on the other hand, if your a value is negative, if a is less than 0, the parabola opens downward, When the parabola opens downward, it means the opening of the opening of the parabola is downward. The vertex is maximum. Now, what is the range in this case? Then in this case, we can say the range which deals with the y values, you can say y is less than equals to the y coordinate of the vertex. When a is positive, then the it is range is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. When a is negative, range is less than equals to the y coordinate of the vertex, right? Okay, now let's neatly call this, and after that we will do some examples to understand this more clearly, right? Okay, now for domain and range of the quadratic function, keep it in mind that the domain of every quadratic function, whether the quadratic function is in the form of a standard form, vertex form, or factored form, their domains are always all real numbers. Only the range differ, right? So the range vertex basically decides the range of that quadratic function. So main thing is to figure out the vertex in your standard form, vertex form, and the factored form, right? So first thing, let me talk about the standard form. We all know that the standard form of the quadratic equation is y equals to ax square plus bx plus c, right? Now from this standard form, its domain is all real numbers. Now we need to figure out its range, and for range we need the vertex. So how do we get the vertex, right? So first thing, we need to get the x coordinate of the vertex by using the formula x is equals to minus b by 2a. B is the coefficient of x and a is a coefficient of x square, right? Plug into this and you will get the x coordinate of the vertex. Once you have the x coordinate of the vertex, plug that into your equation and get the y coordinate of the vertex. Now you will get the coordinates of the vertex, right? After getting the coordinates of the vertex, the main thing is to look at the a value. If the a is positive, the parabola opens upward, vertex is minimum, right? It means your range is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. When a value is negative, it means the parabola opens downward, the vertex is a maximum point, so range is less than equals to y coordinate of the vertex, right? Okay, now let me do some examples to make this more understandable. Okay, so we have an example. Let's say I have a standard form y is equals to x square minus 4x plus 1. This is the standard form. Now, what is the domain of this standard form of the quadratic? Domain is, we can say domain is x, which belongs to all real numbers, right? Now we need to solve for the range. And for range, the first thing is to find the x coordinate of the vertex. So the first step is to figure out the x coordinate of vertex, because vertex decides the range of the quadratic, right? X coordinate of the vertex has a formula x is equals to minus b divides 2a. So what is your a, b, and c value, right? Okay, so a is your 1. A is the coefficient of x square. B is the coefficient of x, which is negative 4, right? So here we have minus b value is minus 4 divides 2 times a is just 1. Negative times negative is positive 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 is the x coordinate of the vertex, right? Now the next step is to figure out the y coordinate of the vertex. For y coordinate of vertex, you need to plug that x coordinate into your equation to get y. So y should be equals to, what is x square? 2 square minus 4 times x value is 2 plus 1. Just plug the x coordinate of the vertex into your equation and you will get the y coordinate of the vertex. So now y is equals to 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8 minus 1. Plus 1. Now y should be equals to, in 4 when you add 1 it's 5. From 5 take away 8. So y coordinate is negative 3. Minus 8 plus 5 is minus 3. This is your y coordinate of the vertex. Now we can write the vertex of this quadratic equation is x coordinate is 2, y coordinate is negative 3, right? Now to write down the range, we can say for range, we need to look at the a value, the coefficient of x square. Since the a value is, since a is equals to 1, This implies a is greater than 0. When the a value is positive, what is your range? Okay, so when your a value is positive, we can say the range is y value deals with the range is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex, which is -3. So this is how you can get the range of that quadratic function. I hope you get it. Let me repeat the example one more time. Whenever you have the quadratic equation in standard form, its domain is always set of all real numbers. To figure out its range, we need the vertex, right? Every quadratic form needs the vertex. To get the vertex, x coordinate of the vertex, use the formula x is equals to minus b by 2a. You will get the x coordinate of the vertex and plug that x coordinate into your equation to get the y coordinate of the vertex, and then you will get the coordinates of the vertex, right? After that, look at your a value. A value is basically the coefficient of x square. When a value is positive, right, your range is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. When a value is negative, your range is less than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. That's it. Okay, I hope you get it how to figure out the domain and range of the standard form, right? Now let me move to the second form, which is the vertex form. So whenever you have a vertex form of a quadratic equation, which is y is equals to a into x minus h whole square plus k, how do you solve its domain and range? Domain is always the set of all real numbers. Domain is x belongs to all real numbers, and the range, we decide the range with the help of um, vertex, right? Now we can easily figure out what is the vertex in the vertex form. In the vertex form, we can easily pick the vertex which is h and k. This is your vertex h and k. Now again you have to look the a, right? If a is greater than 0, so what the range is? Range is y is greater than equals to k, the y coordinate of the vertex, and if your a value is less than 0, you will get the range y is less than equals to y coordinate of the vertex, right? Okay, now let me do an example to make it more clear. For example, if I have the vertex form, which is y is equals to x minus 5 whole square plus k plus 7, sorry, this is my vertex form, right? Now the domain of this vertex form is always a set of real numbers. This is my domain. To get the range, we need to figure out the vertex. What the vertex is? 5 and 7. This minus is a part of the formula. 5 and 7. 5 is the x coordinate of the vertex and 7 is the y coordinate of the vertex. After picking the vertex, you have to look the a value. A value over here is 1, right? So here we can say, since, sorry, a is 1, which is greater than 0, this implies the range is y is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex, which is 7. I hope you get it. How do we get the range for that form? Because for the standard form, you need to figure out its range, right? Sorry, its vertex. But in the vertex form, you can easily pick the x and the y coordinate of the vertex. Look at the a value. If a value is positive, range is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. If a is negative, range is less than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. That's it. Okay, now let me move to the third form of the quadratic equation, which is the factored form. Because in sometimes in exam they gave you the factored form and they ask you to figure out its domain and range. Factored form is a form y is equals to a into x minus r into x minus s. Okay, you have two factors in factored form basically. Okay, now in factored form, how do we get their domain and range? So whenever you have a question in factored form, it is better to convert it into standard form and then find out their vertex and then check your a value and then figure out its um, range like we did in the standard form, right? For example, let me write down an example. So we have an example. Y is equals to x minus 2 and x plus 4. Okay, this is the factored form, right? There is other ways, but I guess at your level, like in O levels or IGCSE, so at your age, it is better to shift your factored form into standard form, right? Now let me convert it into standard form by expanding. You have x is multiplied, x times x is x square, 4 times x is 4x, minus 2 times x, minus 2 times 4 is 8. So y is equals to x square plus 2x minus 8. Now your factored form is converted into standard form, right? Now we have to use the same rule. For x coordinate, you can say x is equals to minus b divided by 2a. So you have minus b value is 2 divided by 2, a value is 1, which is minus 2 by 2, which is equals to negative 1. Is the x coordinate of the vertex. For y coordinate of the vertex, plug that x value into your equation, minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 minus 8. Minus 1 square is 1, minus 2 minus 8. So this is 1 minus 10, which is equals to minus 9, right? Now we can write down the coordinates of the vertex from here. So the coordinates of the vertex, x coordinate is minus 1, y coordinate is minus 9. Now with the help of your a value, we can guess the range, right? So since here we have a is equals to 1, which is greater than 0. So we can say the range deals with the y value. If in say is positive, it's greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex, which is equals to minus 9, right? Okay, so this is how you need to figure out the domain and range of the quadratic functions, right? Let me recall everything one more time. So to get the domain and range of the quadratic functions, their domain is always the set of real numbers. For range, we need the vertex. Whether it is a standard form, vertex form, or a factored form, you need the vertex, right? Now, for the standard form, x coordinate of the vertex you can get by using the formula x is equals to minus b by 2a. You need to remember this formula to get the x coordinate of the vertex. And once you have the x coordinate of the vertex, plug that into your equation and get the y coordinate of the vertex, right? Now we need that y coordinate of the vertex later. Next step is to pick the a. If a is positive, then your range is greater than equals to that y coordinate of the vertex. If a is negative, then your range is less than equals to that y coordinate of the vertex. This is how you have to get the range of the quadratic functions, because domain is always all real numbers, right? Now when we talk about the vertex form, it is very simple. This is the vertex form. You have to, whenever you have a question, pick the vertex, right? Check your a value. If it is positive, y is greater than equals to y coordinate of the vertex. If it is negative, it is less than equals to the y coordinate of the vertex, right? And when you are dealing with the factored form, then it is better to convert your factored form into your standard form and use the same procedure we did in the standard form, right? So I hope you understand it, how to figure out the domain and range of the quadratic functions, whether the function is in standard form, factored form, or in the vertex form. If you still have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.